Let's just first address the elephant in the room. Can you get high with sine compression bass? Well, in short, yes, you can, but you'll have to develop the taste for it. Is it safe? Also, yes, as long as you use the protection by lowering your hearing levels, you should be just fine. So, what is it? Well, sine compression is a technique by which you compress a single instance of a sine wave using compressors, distortions, filters, and a bunch of other effects so that you start to convert that sine wave into some sort of a square, but not quite. Think of it in this way. It's a younger brother of a square wave, but a bit gritty and witty. So how do you make one? Well, the best way that I used is resampling, and I'll show you in a minute what I mean by that. So here we have Vital, and I'm going to be engaging a simple sine wave, drop it down an octave. And the trick here to a good sounding sine compression bass is to engage a little bit of white noise. So I'll be bringing down the white noise and just introduce a tad bit. Let's engage the filter, bring down the resonance, increase the low pass, and add a filtered drive just to get that grittiness. That's great. Let's introduce a MIDI region and a note. For this instance, I'll be using a G note and just a single long holding pedal note. Now, let's go ahead and start adding some effects, starting with some saturation. You need to bring that up just about when it starts to clip. I'll be lowering down the volume because it's gonna sound harsh. Not too much, that's about it. Let's bring in some compressor. And really up the notch and squash it a little, just a couple of dBs. And you have to get some kind of a soft distortion in your compressor. That should be nice. Let's add another compressor, and I'm using Waves H-Comp. It's an amazing compressor. A little bit of threshold, increase the output to about, let's say, 11. Reduce the threshold a bit. That should sound nice. Now we have to bounce this as an audio file. So let me just do some routing. Go. Send this to a bus. And we should be fine now. Great. We don't need this excess part. And let's just delete this. Let's mute this for now. And there we have a sine compression, the first level. Now to get that movement bit, we'll have to do some notch filtering and do an automation for that. So let's just introduce some notch. And I'm using kilohertz again. And let's do this a bunch of times. Now, there are no set rules for it. You just need to kind of go up and down across the frequency range. And I'll skip this part and I'll fast forward this while I'll come back. Great. Let's duplicate the filter again and do the same thing again with the next filter. Great. Let's hear it. Starting to get there. Now let's create another audio track and let's bounce this. So I'll be sending this to a bus, sending this from the bus, and we should be able to do it. We're starting to get there. Let's delete this excess part and mute this channel. We'll have to do this again, and let's do the filtering again. And I'll see you in a while. Great, so now I've done the filtering part, and this is what I've come up with. And now we have to bounce this again. So this will go to the bus one. This will come from the bus one. And you should great, that's nice. Now we can add in some effects and see how it changes the sound. So let's add in some chorus. Not a lot, just a tad bit. Let's decrease the spread. Great. Let's add in some flanger. Let's try that. Great. I think the dynamics are all over the place. Let's introduce some edge comp. And yeah, that's about nice. And now let's do the filtering one last time. Great, now we have the final result and let's bounce this one last time. Now we can mute the track and let's introduce the sampler. Go to the edit option, trap this sample, and our root note is G2. And we should just be about ready. Great, let's mute this and now we can just play around with the sample. So there you have it. That's how I create sine compression bass, and it's pretty simple to do this way. If you know any other way that I should check out, please let me know in the comments down below. It's a bit time consuming, I know, but then it depends upon you. If you want to stop at stage 2, that's fine if you're gunning for that kind of vibe. If you want more movement and more compression, go for n number of times. It totally depends upon you. But that's how I create sine compression, and it's easy and fun. Okay dokie guys, that about wraps it up for this video. I hope you learned something from this. If you like this video, consider subscribing, give me a thumbs up, don't forget to press that notification bell so that you can stay updated. If you have any questions, comment down below and I'll be happy to get back to you. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.